Diversity isn't just about race. Kendra Andrews is live in the studio with another guest to explore another perspective on diversity.
Thanks so much, Cohen. I'm here with Sarah Diaz, Women's and Gender Studies. Thank you so much for being here with us today. I want to talk to you a little about sexual orientation and the diversity of that here on campus. So do you see a diversity with sexual orientation at Gonzaga?
No, this is a hard question. We don't have good data about this at this point in time. Hopefully in the future we will. But I do see diversity among my students with respect to sexual orientation. I'd love to expand the conversation to include gender identity as well, because I think that's really important and an element that we're often not talking about. We do have lesbian, gay, bisexual, and trans students on this campus, and there are a lot of services for them through the LGBT Resource Center and educational services through various different departments, including mine in Women's and Gender Studies.
Can you talk a little bit about what some of those departments do and how they help?
Yeah,
how it helps them?
I can speak specifically about what I do. I think it's really important to me in my curriculum to make sure that students who are lesbian, gay, bisexual, and trans see themselves reflected in the curriculum. So I make sure that when I'm teaching about women, I'm teaching about women who have diversity of sexual orientations, and that I'm teaching about diversity of gender identity, to make sure that students get a chance to learn about people who might be like them in ways that they might not in other kinds of classroom spaces that assume that they may be heterosexual, or even frankly that their parents are heterosexual, which is I think another kind of diversity with respect to sexual orientation, that we assume that students' families are heterosexual, and not all students' families are. Right?
Yeah, and you brought up a really good point about gender identity, and I mean, I even think that that's become kind of a more unaccepted topic than sexual orientation. Yeah. How do you see that on GU campus?
I think that there's stuff happening among students, discussions about how do we accommodate dorm situations, how do we make sure that chosen names are respected by the registrar so that faculty members are getting the correct names on their, or even through systems like Blackboard, where legal names may show up and not reflect students' chosen names, access to bathrooms, right? There are all sorts of issues that we hear about in the public sphere that play out here at GU as well, and we have a lot of work to do. But I also see there are groups of students who care really passionately about this, and are working, Hero for example, are working on drawing the attention of administrators, the res life, right, to the needs of trans students in particular.
Mm-hmm. And in some other ways too, what else do you think that we can do to help grow and to become more accepting and more welcoming and more open? I
think we need to play out some of those plans that I see students really moving around to have gender inclusive dorms, gender neutral bathrooms, to respect students' chosen names. If we can do that, then we can really demonstrate that this is an inclusive space and welcoming to everybody. I think that there are a lot of plans right now, and it hasn't come to fruition yet. But even the fact that there are students working on these issues, I think hopefully will help students who are really marginalized feel that there's space for them here.
You know, I wish we had more time to talk about this because I'm super interested and passionate about this topic, but that's all the time we have today. But thank you so much for coming in and talking about that. And thank you for joining us today. We hope that we gave you more insight on how Gonzaga is working to welcome diversity in all forms on our campus. But make sure you stay tuned with us because next up we have the GU Holiday Special. I'm Kendra Andrews, and have a great night.